outside. You may just still be chilling there. A few announcements to make, as per usual. Something new is happening tonight. An after show where there's no material. So this is usually called comedy without a net. Come up, perform 5-minute set, no cameras. If you want to stay and watch that, it'll be about an hour and a half. So same system of putting your name on a list, or what? We're just gonna raw dog it. Just raise your hand, say, I'm next. Punch the guy beside you. No, it's my stage. And have fun with it. It was fun last week. Who was here? It was Omar, and it was Tochi, it was Vicus. You guys had a great time, right? So we're gonna do it again tonight. It'll be a regular thing every Thursday night. So double show, you guys coming here and getting more stage time. Second announcement, we have pizza. So 2 slices for $5. Help yourselves. Pizza gets applause? What the heck? Okay. Third announcement, next week, Thursday, we're starting a writing workshop before the show. So this starts at 5 o'clock in the afternoon. If you guys would want to come and work on your material, whoever shows up, you guys get to write for yourselves, for others, warm up on the stage before the 8 o'clock show. So you have 3 hours. I'll be here, nice and casual. Just work on your material until it picks up. So every Thursday, 3 things. What's the first one? Workshop, 5 o'clock. You want to try your material? Come up on stage. You want to write for others? Give it to them. Let them have it. Then the show, regular, 8 o'clock. And then the third, after show.
Raw dog.
And then pizza for $5, 2 slices. Okay. Am I missing anything? Oh yes, who does not want their image to be shown on the live stream or recorded? Anyone besides Yoel? No? Okay, because that makes my life easier. And alcohol, for new people, we are now serving alcohol. I guess you all know that, so yes. And now for your host, you know this guy. He's like a staple of Hamilton comedy. He performed at Levity, he performs at Yuck Yucks. He has a big show November 15th. It's called The Mystic Highway. And it's with Brian Mello. This guy won the Canadian Idol. So it's his show, he's hosting it, November 15th. Check it out on Instagram. Please give a loud round of applause to Greg Dobroski!
All right, CFTA, how are we doing tonight? Good. Yes. Comedy, yes, okay. Before we get started, is there audience members here?
Yeah!
So you're not performing, you're here to just enjoy. 1.
Just a heckler.
Okay. Oh. That's it? No one else, everyone else is performing here tonight? Oh, 2, 3, 4, 5, yes, okay. So we have an audience here, so you don't have to hear, I'm going to try and direct most of the entertainment or the jokes towards you guys, because the rest are comics trying to be somebody, trying to get their shit together, and they're here so they probably won't. But, a couple of other announcements. Yes, we have pizza, right? Fresh, delicious, Italian pizza, but most importantly, we have alcohol, which makes, yes, a round of applause for alcohol. Okay, inexpensive. It's gonna make everybody that comes on this stage a little more funnier. Yes. So, as soon as I go off, I want at least one person to go up there, buy an alcoholic beverage, please, for me. All right. Shall we get started? How's everybody? Does anybody have kids in the audience? Children? Yes. Oh, okay. Yes. Yeah. How old? The children? Old?
27 to 31.
27, 31. That's a little older than mine. How old's yours, young lady?
15.
15. Okay, I'm going to go. There's nothing wrong with your older kids, but I'm going to work on this one. 15. So I have a 16-year-old. I have a 16, 17, 18. But the 16-year-old is I purchased. The other two are rented from the second marriage. You know, I live with it. Mine just comes and visits. You know, he used to be full-time, and then he decided, I don't like a full-time job at your house, Dad. I'm going to just come part-time. And didn't like that. He comes over for dinner. I had him come over this week, help out with our dog. You know, his dog's home alone. And he came over sick, right? And he comes over sick. And I'm trying to cheer him up. He's miserable. He's coughing. The kids are sick, and you can tell he doesn't want to be. It's garbage night. Hey, take the garbage out. I know you're sick. Take all these things. So then I tell him, I go, look, if you're sick, you're not going to school. Like, don't just call your mom, tell you don't have to go to school. Trying to be the good dad, whatever. But he has a part-time job. I go, if you call in sick at school. You can't go to work the next day, right? You're not going to school. You're not going to school. You're not going to work, right? Yeah. Right. Well, he tells me that I don't know if I can. I called him and I said, I'm not feeling good, but can I get the night off because I'm sick? And his boss said, well, I don't know if we can spare you. He works at Freshco, right? So school, no problem, you're off. But Freshco will not allow the student to take the night off. He has to wait and see if he can be a replacement. And as his dad, I said, Jake, I don't understand what you're doing. If you're called in sick at school, you just say, I'm sick, I can't come in. Then the next thing he said was, well, there'll be repercussions, I might get in trouble, I might get reprimanded, blah, blah, blah. So then this went on all night, and I freaked out. Like, Dad came in, I said, look, if you're this sick, you're not going to school, you're not going to work. And if you're going to work, you're going to school. You know what he did? He went to school. He took 2 buses, went to school, right? And as a dad, I was thinking, you know what? When I was a kid, if I was up too late, no school. He went. And then his boss called from Freshco and gave him the day off. And he said and that's when I realized my son is retarded. Not like he wasn't born retarded, he's learned this. You know what I mean? To become, not like, the Down syndrome kind, but the kind is learned. You know what I mean? When you hang out with his mother. You know who I'm talking about, his mother, right? Anyway. Kids! Right? So, are you guys married? You're a couple?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah? All right. Well, how long have you been together?
Together longer, but married 18.
I don't know what you said to me at all. Say it again, sorry.
So we've been married 18 years.
18 years. Oh, give him a hand, everybody. 18 years. That's pretty good. And so you, husband, wife, that's what you call each other?
Yeah.
Yes, that's a good... did you ever call beforehand, did you ever say, oh, this is my partner?
Not yet.
No, right? That's silly. I heard someone the other day do that. They said, oh, this is my partner. And every time I hear that, I think of, the Wild West. You know what I mean? Like I think somebody's going to, kick, boom, kicks the door in. This is a stick-up! Nobody move! Give all the money to the partner. And then we'll get out of here. And we'll go home and make love. And then she'll complain I didn't do the dishes. And all the other things, I don't know, that joke didn't go anywhere. I'm sorry about that. My wife, we had to go to do the shopping last week. You ever go to the Costco, do the shopping? Maybe not Costco, but you got to go get all the groceries for the house, for the kids, for the 15-year-old, right? Because he eats a lot. She? Just the one?
Boy.
One boy, yeah. Yeah. They'll eat at Costco and eat, and that's right. We did that. And they have alcohol there, but then we had to go get more alcohol because we had people coming over. And so we went to the liquor store, and this happened. We went in, you're going to know this story. You go into the liquor store, and a younger lady in one of those outfits, you know the outfits, you know, they're whatever. And I tried, like at every angle to just, you know, like I don't know what's going on. And the whole time, she's kind of in the aisle, like just waiting for me, right? Whatever. And then we cash out, we get our, you know, stuff, and we're in line, we get our stuff, we go back to the car, and we get in, and that's when she hits it with me. She says, you know, I saw what you saw, and it's okay to admit what you saw. So I said, right? I said, can you believe that purse didn't match her shoes? What a bitch! All right, so, and when she does that sort of stuff, it really, the other day she irritated me with this one. You know, you never take me anywhere. You know, you guys go out. Does she ever say to you, you know, so-and-so went to the movie, so-and-so went, the other day my friend went to the zoo the other day. You've never taken me to the zoo. The zoo, you know, like African lion safari where you feed the monkeys and the giraffes and shit like that. Yeah, she goes like that, and I go, I work nearby, and I was so irritated. I go, okay, I tell you what, you want to go to the zoo? I go, get in the car. I have a special treat arranged just for you. Get in the car. We went downtown, went in, and not too far, a couple parking lots down here, I pulled in, and she didn't know what was going on. We're in the parking lot, I opened the door, I had a bag of like old crusts from pizza from the night before, and I started throwing them about on the car, like on the windshield and around the car. She's like looking at me like, what are you doing? Shut the door, and I go, just wait. Next thing you know, 4 directions. 4 naked homeless guys approach the car and start reverse car washing the car. She's screaming. She can't believe what she's seeing. Like, what's going on? Her window was half done. She had an apple in her hand. The one guy stuck his head into the window and starts gnawing on the apple like a thing. And I paid for these guys. I set it up. The next thing you know, she's like getting up, like they're looking at each other. The one guy and her, there's a connection going. So the next thing I know, I got the one guy living in my chimney at home. I know what you're thinking. Yes, we got him vaccinated. All right, have you had enough of that stupidity or what? All right, what are we at here? 10 minutes, perfect! Are you ready for the show, people? I've warmed you up. All right, your first comic I'm so excited about. I probably have met him before, but I'm not sure. He's gonna be great. You're gonna love him. Please give a warm CFTA welcome to Robert Stevens, please.
Everybody give it up for your host, Greg. And give it up for the Center of the Talking Arts. I want to say, they picked the perfect name. Because if we called it the Center for the Talking Heads, we'd be burning down the house, wouldn't we? Well, I'll be bombing down the house. That's what I do. You know, I got a friend that recently passed away, Jane Goodell. You know, Jane Goodell passed away, you know. Anyone know who Jane Goodell is? You know, yeah. Well, he's clapping, like, he's happy that she died. Like, that's pretty fucked up. She didn't die of AIDS, man. Like, you know. Well, you know, that's monkeying around, right? No, but actually, so my good friend Jane passed away, okay? And, you know, they're saying the autopsy, you know, they said that she fell. But in other words, she ate shit. Anyways. There you go. Basically, instead of she ate shit, She ate shit. It was a pun on word. It's not supposed to be racist. Anyways, I just recently celebrated my birthday. I turned 35. Yeah, about time I get an applause for that. But you know what? All my life, my mom has always called me her little superhero. And it wasn't until my 35th birthday that my dad finally told me why. It's because I survived Plan B. I already used my superpower. Like my superpower, I could have, like, I wish I had a superpower now, like winning the lottery. Or, you know, at least, you know, being one of the victims of Epstein Island so I could at least be part of the lawsuit for money. But anyways, I was too ugly to be even touched by a pedophile anyways. But I used the power of Jesus. That was my superpower, right? You know, we got some at least Christian folk in here that yeah, Jesus! Yeah. No, but yeah, you know, and I also survived the coat hanger. It's why I came out. It's why I came out of my mom's womb looking like Marty McFly went back in time and fucked Rosie O'Donnell. And I'm like, that version of Marty McFly might be responsible for the second Trump term. So if you've seen him around, give him a good smack in the face. But also, thank Rosie for my great beard, I'll tell you that. What else? You know, my mom's been telling me I got to settle down, so I've been going to church lately. And I'm trying to find a good church gal. But every time I approach a gal at church, she just runs away saying, Jesus Christ! Now, I may not be solely responsible for more women converting to, like, Muslim or Islam in this country. And I'm getting kind of, like, you know, jealous because, like, you know, some of these guys have, like, 5 wives, and I'm just too ugly, I'll be honest. I'm just too ugly. I got a friend, Brian. He's from India. And he always comes up to me, and he's like, Rob, I have all these people, they're always beefing with me. And I'm like, Brian, you're from India, you're not allowed to have beef. I have another Indian friend. Actually, he's a native friend, so the other type of Indian. As you will. I'm an old school 90s racist, I guess. I am what I look like. An asshole. But yeah, you know, so like he's always coming up to me. His name is Huzimoto, and it's pretty like it mind fucks you, right? Because you think he's Japanese, but no, he's Iroquois or something like that. I don't know. I always ignore him half the time. You know, like he asks me for water, and I just say nah. He's like, "Can I have some clean water?" I'm like, "Bro, go fuck yourself." You know, take it back. No, so like, you know, he comes out to me, he's like, Rob, you know, I always have a lot of baggage, you know, how do you deal with like all this psychological trauma that you deal with? I'm like, well, Huzimoto, I just bury my feelings. Okay, nobody. Oh, okay. I get one final kind of thing I'm just going to include for this. I want to say thank you to the Center of Talking Arts. But one of my special skills that has kind of got me into a bit of trouble lately is I can sing like Louis Armstrong, and I would like to sing that for the Talking Arts tonight. All right? So you guys are on a date? Okay, well, yeah, it's your anniversary, right? All right, so, you know, everybody knows, like, you know, and, you know, I called myself a fat lesbian earlier, so it's not the end of my mic until Fat Lady sings. So, can we have like the trumpet? Greg, can you give me the little trumpet?
Wah, wah.
You know, like Louis Armstrong, What a Wonderful World, trumpet?
I'm the host.
I know, but you can like doo-doo. All right.
I see trees of green, red roses too. I see 'em bloom for me and you. And I think to myself, What a wonderful world. I see skies of blue and clouds of white, the bright blessed days, dark sacred nights, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. The colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the sky, also on the faces of people going by. I see friends shaking hands, saying, how do you do? They're really saying, I love you. I hear babies crying. I watch them grow. They'll learn much more than I'll ever know. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Yeah, I think to myself, what a wonderful world.
Thank you guys so much. Thank you for your time.
All right, keep it going for Steven, everybody. All right, maybe a short intermission after that. If anybody wants to get a beer, I'll tell one joke while, there we go. Yes, go. That's the first time someone told me, dance, monkey, dance! But with a trumpet. Yeah, I've never had that. Listen, just for future reference, when I flash the light at you, comics in the audience, that means finish up, not do 3 more minutes. All right.
It wasn't bad.
Well, all right. Well, you liked it. Yeah. I had a buddy of mine criticize me the other day, give me shit about blood donation. You ever have this? Where someone gives you, you gotta give blood. It saves, you're saving lives. You don't understand. Right? All high and mighty about it. And I get all bent out of shape with like a paper cut. Right? Makes me feel like an asshole. Right? And I had to tell him, look, I shit blood every morning. I give enough, right? But apparently, that's not an acceptable form of donation. Right? The clinic even said, sir, we do not accept blood with semen in it. More? No? My wife hates that joke. Jason likes it. All right. You ready for your next comic? Did you get a beer? Did you get a drink? Yes, sir. All right. He's a local. You're going to love him. Please give a warm welcome to Toshi.
Being called a local in Hamilton was never on my bingo card. I love your singing voice. It makes me feel better about myself, Rob. Thank you. Let's do what we are here for. Toilet cleaners claim that they kill 99% of bacteria. In other words, what these guys are telling us is that we should deal with the rest of the 1% ourselves. 1% has never been associated with anything weak in this life. And even when 1% of the population catches a disability, what do we call them? We call them special. Now we have to take care of the special 1%. The special 1% grows up, becomes really powerful, buys Twitter. The second 1%, the special 1% renames the name from Twitter to X for no just cause. Now, when I'm about to log in on X, what does my browser suggest? xxx.com. Now I have to take the self-checkout option, which some of you might know as masturbation. Ordinarily, I would say no to this urge, but I only kill 99% of my urges. Do we have any racists in the house tonight? Nice. I love you, bro. I'm a big fan of racism myself. Not all of it, like some parts of it. Like the other night, I was at Starbucks minding my own business when a group of guys walked up to me and told me that they are jealous of blacks and our 10-inch dicks. And I was like, me too. Jarrett, my roommate, has a 2-inch dick. You'll be surprised how much a white guy would tell you when you ask him, how was your day? Something crazy happened between me and Jarrett last night. I was in the kitchen cooking jollof rice, and Jarrett was in his room. At some point, Jarrett walks out from his room, walks into the kitchen, walks past me, and goes to the knife holder. I said hi to Jarrett. Jarrett didn't respond. Jarrett picks 2 knives from the knife holder and starts juggling them, all the while maintaining perfect eye contact with me. Why are you avoiding my eyes?
No, I'm just kidding.
So I asked Jarrett, should I turn off the stove and go inside the room? Jarrett still does not respond. So I did what a sane person would do in that situation. I turned off the stove and ran inside my room. This morning, I confronted Jarrett about this. Like, bro, there was no need for all this violence. You could have just told me to stop cooking and I would have stopped. And it was just this morning that Jarrett, my roommate of 2 years, knew to tell me for the first time that he was a professional knife juggler. And that his sleep works. Jarrett thought it was more important to tell his roommate about his 2-inch dick than it was to tell me that he would get away with murder if he killed me. So since we're already telling ourselves stuff about ourselves, I thought it was wise to also tell Jarrett that as a Nigerian prince, I had exclusive access to some herbal drugs that would actually increase your dick from 2 inches to 8 inches. And right now I have $500 of Jarrett's money. Okay, since we have 1 minute to play around with, we might as well try some crowd work. Just start pulling off your clothes, guys. Yeah, my name for orgy is crowd work. Well, it was really nice hanging out with all of you tonight. Thanks so much for coming here tonight.
Come on, give it up for Toshi, everybody. And his jollof rice. Yes. Okay. So, we'll go through it one more time. You get 5 minutes. If you see the light and I go like this, just kind of go, I see ya. It's like a magic trick. You don't go, 1 minute left? Okay. Hello, everyone. I've got 1 minute. That's for you, Toshi, just so for next time you get it. But yeah, try to keep it. Just if you see me lighting you, you got a minute. to finish whatever you're doing. Or just say, fuck it, I'm out of here. All right. All right. This comic will show you how it's done. She's now a regular at Levity. She's a regular here. I've seen her all over. Please give a warm welcome for Miss Gabby Watts, everybody.
Hi guys, how's it going? Yes, hello, thank you, I'm Gabby Watts. And I want you all to know that I'm not a bitch to the core. I just have a very thick bitch crust. You have to bite through it to get him to the gooey center. I feel like it's fun being a rebellious nerd because I used to have a lip ring like a badass. But I took it out after a few years because my dentist told me to. So, I'm a loser. I feel like women don't need breast surgery of any kind. They don't need bigger or smaller boobs. They just need to talk to each other. We need a breast conversation support group where the big booby chicks explain the problems with that. The small booby chicks explain the problem with that. And everybody just decides to stay. Stay. I live downtown Hamilton, and my neighborhood's really changed lately. I find that it's the whole neighborhood now is like these nice brown people trying to run a business, while these nice white homeless people try to use their bathroom. I wish them all well. Self-flushing toilets now prevent the horror of people not flushing down their poop. But they introduce a new horror, which is that when you're on the toilet and the toilet flushes and you're mid-poop and you jump off and there's a poop hanging from your butt, creating the distinct possibility that you're going to poop on the floor. I feel like that's worse. I thought we could handle seeing a bit of poop on the toilet. Guys, I love speeding in my car, but I'm an intellectual, so I don't speed to get there faster. I speed because I'm trying to beat the render distance to prove to my kids that we truly are in the Matrix. I don't know. I find autism confusing because it seems to wear off when you go to certain countries. Like, if you have Asperger's and you go to Germany, you just fit in, right? That's. If you're blind and you go to China, you're still blind. It's the same thing. I have a friend who's blind, and he heard me talking about my huge ass. And he, being blind, erroneously thought I meant like a sweet big ass, where I meant like a terrible big ass. But I thought, he can't see it, so I can't prove to him it's terrible. Because if I let him touch it, he may at first think it's kind of weird, but the more you touch an ass, I think the more you like it. So I could never really explain that point. I don't know, maybe it's like trying to prove to somebody that you have a small dick by letting them touch it also. It can only get bigger, the point gets further and further away from you. I feel like we can all agree that finding out what something is by it happening to you is like one of the worst things. Like, when I found out my dog died, I didn't know what euthanasia was. I just thought my mom took the dog to the vet, and for whatever reason, the vet murdered my dog. It's not that good. There used to be this ointment when I was a kid called Ben Gay. If you had sore muscles, you would put Ben Gay on them. And Ben Gay, A, had a hilarious name. B, had an amazing smell, like terrible, like shoe polish kind of stuff. And was nice and oily, you could rub it in. But I feel like people who don't like oily things on their skin, I don't know why we listen to those people, but they have turned all of the rub creams into this totally like dried down bullshit. You can't massage it in, you can't do anything, it just disappears on your skin. And it really reminded me of the first time I Googled pornography on the computer because it was two ladies oil wrestling. It was so nice. And I thought, do the anti-oil people want them to just stick together? Nothing glistening or shining, nothing sliding, just... It's very upsetting. I grew up with a parrot next door. He used to say my brother's name. And my brother has since passed away, but I'm pretty sure the parrot's still alive. So somewhere out there's a parrot just saying my dead brother's name. Just meow. Aw. But then it got me to thinking about during the inevitable zombie apocalypse, if the new parrots will just sound like, I guess they could learn how to talk like humans from the other parrots, but I feel like if the zombies ever become a bit more self-aware, they could use the old school parrots to like lure the humans into a trap or something. Well, you're like foraging for supplies and you hear, "Help me!" It's just a fucking parrot being manned by a zombie. I don't know. I feel like everybody says that Canada has better healthcare than the U.S. because it's free and we have assisted suicide or whatever. But I was thinking about how Americans, they have guns, so, they don't need assistance. Okay, that's my time. Thanks, guys.
Come on, keep it going for Gabby. All right. Your next comic. He's been here before. I seen him last time. I think that was the first time. It was a few weeks back. Really funny guy. He had a different outfit on. I think that's why I didn't recognize him. You're going to like him, I'm pretty sure. Please give a warm welcome for Mr. D.T. Scott, everybody.
Yeah, I'm not gay. But in this economy, man. And what I do, though, every once in a while, just to make sure I'm not gay, I'll just watch some gay porn. Every 2-3 months, I'll just watch some gay porn. Just innocently, though, Just maybe I'll play with my dick just a little bit or whatever. Just come a couple times just to make sure, You know what sucks, though, is when you're jacking off and you get that ad where it's like, "Are you tired of jacking off?" I hate that. It's like everybody now in the whole apartment knows I'm jacking off right now. Thank you. Someone's probably done that joke, right? I figure. That couldn't have just happened to me, So, But speaking of, basically, every once in a while I'll check in to make sure I'm not gay. I'll renew my straightness. My straightness subscription, I'll renew it. Just watch little gay porn, but. This one time I was at the after hours and I was doing ketamine. And I ended up with some black dudes. And the one black dude, he had a really gay dick. His dick was going straight, and then at the last second, it just veered off in a really gay direction. At the end, it was this huge black cock. But I realized I was his dick in that moment because I was going straight, and then I did some ketamine at the after hours, and then I just veered off in a very... But I didn't like it, though. That's the thing. I didn't like it, so I did renew my straightness again. So technically, the more dicks I suck, the straighter I get. All right? You guys got to realize the game. You don't know the game. I'm learning you guys the game. I was walking down the street one time, though, and on my way home from a bar, I was very alone. I felt very alone on the inside. And there was a man, he was trailing me, and he was giving me these very subtle sort of gestures, as he's trailing me, he's going like this, like, So the weird thing about getting blown by a Filipino guy is, you know, when you get to his house, right? This guy's got pictures of his wife and kids everywhere. What the fuck? I don't mind a fag, but a cheater? The fuck? Kind of asshole does this? Me and my friends, we were trying to determine if it was gay to watch she-male porn. We decided that it's not gay at all. Those are girl dicks. Wow, man, cancel culture. The Charlie Kirk thing really showed that cancel culture is getting out of control. Eh? No, that was bad. That was dumb. No. Got a light. I saw. Oh yeah, you're not supposed to mention the light. See, this is why I'm here practicing. Right? I always thought that bloodletting would be a good job. You know, I'm unemployed, so I always thought it'd be a good job to be a bloodletter. Back in the day when you could just like drain someone's blood as a medical practice. It's like, you could kill the patient, but you also kill the disease at the same time. You just like stab someone to death and you get paid for it. I don't know where I'm going with that. I keep trying that. It hasn't been funny. Hasn't been funny yet, but all right, thank you guys.
Come on, keep it going, everybody. Yes. Lots of gay stuff. That's fun. Gay. Everyone having fun? Are you enjoying yourself? Yes, you snuck in a little earlier. I saw you. Yes. He's coming up. Okay. How about you guys? The young couple? Did you call the 15-year-old at home? How's he doing?
Not yet.
No? When's that coming? Is it coming soon? All right. Wow. Okay. Yeah. All right. I'm hosting here. I can handle this. It's fine. Okay. Are you ready for your next comic? All right. I've seen this gentleman before. I had to write this down because I'm tired. Your next comic. He's been here before. I've seen him a few times. You're going to love him. Please give a warm welcome to Vicus, a.k.a. Vicarious.
I hate you, man. I hate you. So, hi guys. Thank you, Greg. Greg was talking to you guys, right? You guys are Indian, I guess.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So, Greg, see, if Indian couple have kids, they are for sure married, right? It's not like white guys. Yeah. White guys, they have kids like they have mystery bags, like mix and match. Like, one is mine, two are hers. This one we had together. It's not like that in India. We follow the process. Marriage, then kids. You know? Anyways, I went to skydiving recently, guys. And you guys all know that. But I did lots and lots of adventure stuff recently. Skydiving, bungee jumping, river rafting, and all those things. I am suicidal, but... Is that funny for you? I am suicidal, but I don't want to do it on my own. Like, I just go to these things and just hope for parachute not to open. No, I'm kidding. I'm not suicidal. Not for at least 1 more year. Because that's long I have a visa for Canada. Yeah. I will think of dying before I go back to India. Just right before my visa expires. Yeah, I'm kidding. So I went to... I went to skydiving to this place. And it's in Ontario, and it's called Skydive Ontario. Like super innovative. Like after seeing this, I was little worried that if this much effort they are putting in naming their business, how serious are they about getting me, landing me safely, right? Yeah. Anyways, I signed up, and when you sign up, they make you sign a waiver, which says that if you die, they won't be accountable at all. And I was like, dude, don't act like a black dad from 80s. I always change the jokes to 80s, 70s, 90s, depending on black dudes in the room. We are good, right? Cool. So I started negotiating. Being an Indian, I was like, come on, take 10% at least, nah. 10% responsibility that you will pack me in a bag and send me home like at least. They did not do it. So they introduced me to my instructor. Now this is the guy who will be tied up in my back while jumping. And he was the most important person for me in the world, like after you might. After you, but yeah, he was. So I went up to him, started talking like, hey man, how are you? How was your day? And being a white guy, as Tochi said, they tell you everything. He told me that his girlfriend recently broke up with him. I was like, fuck. A heartbroken man is responsible to get me down safely. Anyways, he started giving the instructions that how we're gonna do it. And I was ready with my pen and paper to write down everything because my life is at stake. And I looked down to write and he goes, we'll sit on plane, we'll go up, I push, we come down. I was like, that's it? At least spend a minute to convince me that I'll be safe. And you finish in 30 seconds. No wonder your girlfriend left you. So then I booked videography as well, and they gave me a very energetic video girl. So my instructor told me to go and take a seat in the plane, and he will come with the crew. And he told me that I'm the only guy jumping in this round. I went up, it's a small plane, and there was only one seat. And I thought since I'm the only one paying to be on this plane, I'll take the seat. So I went there, I took the seat, and I saw my instructor walking towards the plane, and with the video girl, and one white guy. That guy was pretty racist, I guess, I don't know. He came to the plane and shouted, get off the seat! I was like, dude, I am Indian, but I have already paid for it. Like, But he said, get off the seat, that's pilot seat. I was like, oh, that's why it has all the buttons and controls. Makes sense. So I sat down the floor like an humble immigrant. You have? Yeah, I did. And then I was still thinking of something to say to my instructor so that he gets motivated, like not think of dying and anything. And I was thinking, okay. So the plane started going up, and I turned towards him and said, bro, how about your parents? Do you have parents? And like any other white guy, he said, yeah, I do have, but they don't talk to me anymore. I was like, fuck, I'm dead. And as I turned, the camera girl shoved the camera on my face, like, say something. And I was like, I hope this is in HD. This must be my last video. Yeah. But then again, I was thinking something, and best way to motivate a guy is sex. So I said, hey man, do you have any girlfriend, like anyone you're crushing on or anything? He said, no, his crush got married last month. I'm like, fuck you, man. How unlucky are you? And as I turned, the camera girl again shoved her camera on my face and like, say something. I was like, shut up, lady, let me die in peace. Fuck off. We were about to jump. We reached the 13,000 feet height. He opened the gate. My heart skipped a beat. And he was about to push me. As he pushed me, I turned towards him and said, bro, you can fuck me if you want, just land me safely. I had to do it. I had two options, my dignity or my life. And since I'm here, guys, thank you so much.
Keep it going. Yes. So another quick reminder. I flash you the light. You've got 1 minute. So finish what you're doing. Get off. That's good. There's a beer price. It's a what are we? It's a cheaper price on which one?
Well, it's now less than it used to be.
They're all cheap. Get over there and get a drink. God damn it.
550 to 750.
550 to 7. 550. Jesus. I got another one coming for sure. All right. Are you guys having a good time? All right. Without another minute to waste, we're going to bring your next comic up. This guy, I've seen him all over town. He's done my show at the Black Bull. He's done Yuck Yucks. He's done this show. He's done Levity. He's here for you. Please give a warm welcome for Trevor, everybody.
Can we practice the light, man? right. All right. Awesome, guys. I'm Trevor. If you guys have known me, I'm a guy with a stash. People always ask me, how do I pull it off? And it's not easy, but when they do, goddamn, does it hurt. Yeah, fuck, cool. All right, cool. I'm going to work on this new one here. My phone already went into a lock mode. Can we get the light again? No, anyone been to a housewarming party recently? Yeah, I went to one. So I bought them a furnace. Cool. Went to a second housewarming party. Broke the bank, obviously, on the furnace, right? I'm getting rebates back, but don't worry about it. So I bought this person a squatty potty. I don't know if anyone's used a squatty potty. They're fucking amazing. If you haven't used it, you probably are full of shit. Literally. But no, the best thing about buying a squatty potty, right, is when this person leaves, you have squatters' rights. Cool. Where are my dogs at, you know? Woof, woof. Oh, that's what I'm talking about. Cool, right on. Knocking them off. Okay, cool. Anyone recently do the DNA testing to see where you came from? Like where your grandparents were, great-grandparents, you know? I did it, and I always felt like I came from a long line of gladiators. You know, you guys can kind of see it, right? I go to do this DNA testing. I actually came from a long line of gladiators. But apparently there was a small disconnect, you know, like 2 generations before me. My grandpa, he decided to hang up the sword, put away the shield, pick up a plunger, grow a mustache, start taking on the Koopa Troopas. People always ask me what's the hardest part about being a plumber, and it's the insurance for Koopa Troopas, you know? They're always fucking your shit up, you know? Cool. Right on. Late laughs, I love it. Another one I'm going to say is that I was crossing the road the other day, and this lady who clearly had something out for me made eye contact, and she was ready to like spiel her shit on me, you know, whatever was going through her head, you know what I mean? Surprised she's not here tonight, but hey, at the same time, she was, you know, basically ready to be like, you know, fuck you, you killed my parents, no, fuck you, I'm going to tell the FBI, you're working for the FBI, fuck you. You know, I'm thinking to myself, you know, you hit one person when you're 16 with your car and they remember. And it fucks their life up forever, you know what I mean? Cool, right, all right. Can we try that light again? No, I'm just joking. Any flat earthers in here? Yeah, my dad's a flat earther. He's in a wheelchair now. Cool. Yeah. Any weed smokers in here? Yeah, people always ask me what kind of weed smoker I am. I'm the guy who's always smoking while rolling up. You know, how are you doing that? It's constant rotation, right? It's gotten to the point now, actually, in my life that I've actually got a CPAP at home. Anyone got a CPAP? Mm-hmm. Okay, well, for me, I've actually converted mine into a bong. And my friends actually call me Bong Vader at this point in my life. Now, what was happening, though, is I was having these crazy dreams, and we locked it down with my doctor to being like, you weren't smoking enough weed while you were sleeping. Given that conversion kit, you know, I'll give you the link for it if you guys need it. But no, so now I'm not having these nightmares, but what was happening before these nightmares, I was watching something before bed, and then I was experiencing that in my dream. So this guy was playing a video game, and I was watching him play Dead by Daylight. Dead by Daylight, there's 4 survivors. Can we try that light again? 1 survivor, so 4 survivors, 1 killer, all right? I'm the survivor, right? Waking up in cold sweats. I'm like, yo, I cannot fucking do this, you know? What the hell is going on? So instead of Dead by Daylight, I started watching porno. So it's no longer cold sweats that I'm waking up in. Got the light there. Cool. I don't know if you guys guessed, it was warm semen that I was waking up in. My friend the other day, he asked me, he said, did you hear the news about the aliens coming out? And I said, I had no idea that aliens were gay. Guys, have a great night. I'm going to bring up Greg. Come on, give it up for Trevor, everybody. Yes. All right. Your next comic. Oh, Larry Smith is calling everybody. All right. Let's see what this will be funny. Yeah, what's going on, Larry?
Hey, man, you got what, 900 cubic comedians tonight?
There's quite a few. Are you coming down?
No, I'm watching on YouTube.
Are you on YouTube?
Yeah.
Well, this
I'm
is.
flashing back and forth and watching the people I like and ignoring the people I don't.
Are you watching it right now?
Yeah.
Do you know you're live online?
I wanted to ask you, do they sell, are they selling beer?
They are.
Fuck, well that changes everything.
Are you on your way down? Are you getting on the bus or what?
No, dude, no.
All right.
But I've been watching, I made a couple comments, I sent you a couple texts.
All right. This conversation's getting a little bit out of the way here, Lair.
Oh, I'm sorry, I'll shut up and let you go.
Well, you're interrupting the next comic, and the next comic is, you know who it is, Lair?
No. Joey Ball?
Thompson. No. All right, let's do it this way. Larry, he's our friend. He's this club's friend.
Oh, am I on stage right now? Are you on stage?
Larry, you're live on are you not watching me live on YouTube right now?
YouTube. I paused my YouTube. Who's on next? Jason Thompson, the Samuel Beckett of comedy?
Yes, it is. And without further ado, let's bring him up here, Mr. Jason Thompson, everybody.
Yes, good evening. My name is Jason Thompson. The name I changed from James Walker because James Walker sounded too ethnic. My cross-dressing son came home the other day sporting some new clothes. I complimented his fashion styles and he said, "Don't try and flatter me, I can see right through you. You're totally transparent." A homosexual, a co-prophagist, and a eunuch walk into a bar. The homosexual orders a Coors Light, the co-prophagist a Mississippi mudslide, and the eunuch a Molson Canadian. My amoral ex-wife just got handed a community service rap for sexually assaulting a comatose geriatric in a palliative care unit. "I thought you were into youngsters," I commented. "A diaper is a diaper," she replied. As a result of my sculpted cheekbones and Brahmanic physique, it's been suggested that I'm setting up unrealistic expectations for late middle-aged men, my target audience. The reality, though, is in honor of this past International Women's Day and, of course, Mother's Day, I've decided to take this opportunity to finally come clean and acknowledge my eating disorder, traditionally and fallaciously thought of as a woman's disease. It's a brutal regime, anorexia, a form of dietary self-flagellation, a fetishistic obsession with physical exercise, coupled with a denial and refusal of the very thing that fuels that obsession, food. Family dinners are a source of utter terror for me as I try and sit quietly whilst sweat pours down my forehead, contemplating my doom as well-meaning friends and relatives say innocuous things like, "Pass the potatoes," or "Would you like some more gravy?" The most innocent of expressions turned somehow into a declaration of war against my fragile, shattered psyche. The comfortable familiarity of breaking bread with loved ones turned into a medieval inquisition due to my tenuous grip on reality. My shrinking gray matter and nutritionally deprived brain visualizing a grotesque, multi-headed gastrointestinal flesh orgy of disembodied, gaping mouths, perennially eating and regurgitating their young. So yes, it's more than just good genes that creates a successful anorexic. It's hard work, creativity, and discipline as well. Or as we like to say, an apple a day, well, it's really all you need. I flirted with bulimia for a while, but the constant vomiting, which had started in my heroin snorting days, was wrecking my teeth. Ow! Great core workout, though. Am I right, ladies? toxic masculinity? What about corrosive, corroding, acidulous femininity? What about vaginal acid? You know, that kind of paint-peeling, eye-watering, searing, parturitional discharge that not only deteriorates and dissolves your penis, but shapes, shreds, reconfigures, and yes, gentlemen, ultimately invaginates what remains of your horrible, useless, pathetic little male soul. Thank you.
All right. Jason Thompson, everybody. Bulimia and puking and everything else. All right. Right. Let's go to the next comic. He needs no introduction. You often see him working behind the counter there. He's a regular here. Please give a warm welcome for Mr. George.
Hey guys. So, Trump is back at it again. Yeah, he's back at it again. He's saying Canada should join the US as the 51st state. And that pissed me off. And it got me thinking, you know, because I think, believe it or not, despite of how I dress, Trump, we panic as Canadians when he says that, right? Like, oh, we should annex Canada. Canada should be the 51st state. We panic. But because deep down, we know that if the states wanted us, they could have us. Right? Like, imagine this being a game of poker, right? Where the US is sitting at the table, they have all the missiles, all the technology, and Canada's like the whore tied up to the bed in the bedroom waiting for him to finish so he can come and have her. Because we don't have a military budget, Canada's military budget is less than the US's Marvel production budget. I'm not shitting you. With $8 billion, Hollywood convinced us that there's a man in a metal suit and he can do wondrous things. But our army, nothing. What do we have? 3 Mounties, a canoe, and a half jar of maple syrup. You can't fight with that. You get nowhere with that. But, and it got me thinking, why doesn't Trump respect us? And I thought about it long and hard. And I came up with many answers. One of them, I thought first, well, maybe because we act like house guests in our own country. Oh, sorry. Sorry, I crossed your eye line. Oh, sorry, I'm breathing in around your aura. Oh, sorry, I haven't killed myself yet. But then I thought, no, that couldn't be it. It must be the fact. It must be something else. And I thought maybe it's the fact that our national anthem starts like we're not sure that we should be here. Like, oh, Canada? But no, that's not it. That's not why Trump doesn't respect us, guys. And I figured it out. Are you ready? It's a bit of a stretch, but bear with me. The reason Trump doesn't respect us, it's Newfoundland. Now, hold up. I know, you're turning on me. Hold up. So here's the thing with Newfoundland. When I came here a year ago, I was like, you should visit Newfoundland. It's gorgeous. And I looked it up and I typed Newfoundland, and nothing showed up. And I think ChatGPT kind of took a shit on me. He's like, seriously, idiot, that's how you spell it? It's Newfoundland. And that's when I got pissed at Canadians because you say it as Newfoundland, whereas it is Newfoundland. And that's where the problem lies. That's not the name of a province. That's a file somebody forgot to delete. Newfoundland _1. Newfoundland final. Do you understand that? It looks to me like when the Confederation meeting was happening, it ended at midnight. And all the people there were like, you know what? Fuck it. Just call it anything. Just call it Newfoundland. We'll come back and name it tomorrow. And it stuck for 150 years. You still call it Newfoundland. And that's fucked up. But it's okay. Like that, but I think that's Canada's way of saying new shit I found. You know, like you're too polite to say new shit I found. So just call it Newfoundland, right? But here's the thing with Newfoundland. I met some Newfies, right? They're the hardest people on earth. Like they're, you know, like they drink till they meet God. You know, they fish in icy waters. But with a name like Newfoundland, it takes it all away. You know? Because like that's having like the best fucking wrestler on earth, but he's called Cuddles. You know what I mean? Like just, it just doesn't work well. And that's why Trump, I think, doesn't respect Canadians. But I think Trump is having a field day with Newfoundland. Because I think when he saw it, he goes, well, I just named the Gulf of Mexico as the Gulf of America. This is like a blank slate. I'll start fresh. I'll put some golden arches, get it to, you know, get it broke, and that would be it. So that's my view. I'm sorry if are there any Newfies here? Of course not. What am I talking about? Oh, it's too late. It's after 7. You know. That was my time, guys. Thank you.
Keeping over George, everybody. Jesus, shrunk while he was up on stage. You guys having fun? Get some alcohol in you, goddammit. The line is empty. We got pizza. We got all kinds of stuff going on over there. For the longest time, there was nothing. It was alcohol free. Now we can get blasted and drive drunk home and all that good shit. Not really, but I know. Sorry. All right, you ready to keep it going? All right, our next comic needs no introduction. He's here all the time. He's a regular. He's hosted. He's usually behind the counter, but now he's here up front. Please give a warm welcome for Ayman, everybody.
You're going for great, everyone. Now, I am a new immigrant. I'll repeat on that a couple of times, but let's give some love to Canada and Newfoundland. Saudi Arabia has an entire area that is called the Empty Quarter. So whereas Newfoundland, there's still some hope to find something, Saudi Arabia just went with the Empty Quarter. So as a new immigrant, I'm finding English quite difficult. I recently adopted a cat. And I found that telling people to come home and see my pussy is not a proper sentence to use. English is also very weird because you have a word like uptight. Uptight means someone who is high-strung. The opposite of uptight is down loose, whereas you think if somebody who was uptight was loose down there, they wouldn't be so uptight. As a new immigrant to Canada, I'm very happy that now I get to live in Hamilton.
Yeah.
And I see something happening here when, you know, the old is replaced with the new. So First Ontario Centre is now called, anyone? It's the TD Coliseum. TD Coliseum. I'm like, well, Coliseum kind of reminds me of Rome, where they had the gladiatorial fights. Downtown Hamilton is famous for homeless people. It seems like the problem is going to work itself out. We who are about to get high salute you. Yeah, because we're not going to kill the homeless people. This is Canada, you know, we're kind. And again, as a new immigrant here, I'm starting to feel a little bit targeted when I'm walking in the streets and people are looking at me and they're like, go back to your country. And just as I'm about to respond to them, they say, go back to India. And I look at him and I'm like, sir, you seem to have your browns confused. Okay? I am Egyptian. I'm not. I'm Egyptian. We eat kushari, not chicken curry. Kushari is basically a dish that is so vegan. It's just all the carbs put together. That's why Egyptians have such rocking physiques. I'm Egyptian. We are all Allahu Akbar versus, can I take your order, sir? And yeah, like, come on. You know, Canada is supposed to be an all-inclusive country where we all get to be all that we can be. And I feel like I'm being unfairly stereotyped because I'm not as smart as Indians.
True.
Hey man, I've been to India, okay? And everything that has a wheel is a mode of transportation. I was walking out of the hotel with my luggage and some guy jumps on top and says, "Hey, end of the street, yar." I tell you, man, it's difficult. It's a difficult time being here in Canada. The cold, so not ready for that. Okay, I'm holding on to the last vestiges of summer that we have here, and I gotta tell you, they did not sell the cold well, because when I was living in the desert, I thought snow was good. You know, white sand. But it is not white sand. You see, when we had sandstorms back in Kuwait, they never stopped traffic. They never buried your car. You never had to like dig your car out from under the fucking snow. Okay? And that's all I have for you today. Thank you very much. I've been Ayman Nasser. Thank you.
Come on, keep it going. All right. What a talk of suicide, eh? And killing yourself and all that sort of stuff. That's great. Did you know Canada has a program?
Yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's good, right? Back in my day, you wanted to off yourself, you just turned backwards on a toboggan hill and went down, right? But Canada has its own program, right? You go to different parts of the... In Brampton, what they do is they lock you into Tim Hortons' bathroom and wait for the screaming to end. One guy liked it. Sort of. All right, well, let's bring out your next comic. This guy's from Niagara Falls. He's been all over. I've seen him grow from a little guy to a bigger guy. He's done the Yuck shows. He's done Levity. He's done this place. I don't think he's done this place. This is his first time today. Chris K. McCarthy. All right, now that was too far. Sorry. All right. Your next comic is not a racist. He's been here before. He's been here many times. He's done my shows. He's done lots of shows. Give a warm welcome for Yoel, everybody.
going for Yoel, everybody. All right, let's keep it going. Your next comic. She's done a lot of the improv here, the plays, the open mics, the open, storytelling. She's here again tonight for open mic. Please give a warm welcome for Miss Faye with an E, everybody.
2 weeks ago I was here and we got a new mic stand. And the entire show, I watched every single person not be able to get the mic in the stand. And it just reminded me of my first time. Oh, memories. Oh, this dress, I'm emulating, what's her name? I think Deb from Napoleon Dynamite. As Napoleon would say, I like your sleeves, they're real big. Oh, all right, how are we doing, CFTA? Yeah, it's been a phenomenal night so far. We've had a great lineup. Sorry, my Disney princess escaped. Quick, bird land on my finger. Tee-hee-hee-hee. We already asked this earlier, but we've got some more people in. Does anyone have kids in the crowd? Woo! All right, we have some parents. Do we have any aunts and uncles in the crowd? Yes! Oh my gosh, I am an aunt and an uncle. You have to wait till you find out what the gender is. It's like, I can't wait. What's it gonna be? It's very exciting. I have a couple biological nieces and nephews, and then I have the nieces and nephews of my childhood best friend who her daughter was born on my birthday, so not saying I'm the favorite aunt, but universe said you. It's great. I love being an aunt. I love kids. Not in the Epstein way. In the healthy, normal way, Anyway, moving on from that. I love kids. They're great. They keep you on your toes. You never know what to expect from them, especially when they're really young. The other day, I was walking my dogs in the morning, and I came across the path of a lady pushing her son in a stroller, and he's on his little phone, watching something, and we say good morning to each other, and then she looks to her son, she's like, oh, say good morning. And without missing a beat, he looks down at my dogs and is like, good morning, and then goes back to his phone. She's like, you're right. Who else would she have met? That's fine. Screw me. The human. No, it's great. They're also little sponges, though. They pick up, if you're a parent, right, that you have to kind of be careful what you're saying and doing around them because they will pick that up. I have a couple examples for this, but first, we're going to have a hydration break. Wow, refreshing. Kirkland signature. All at the CFTA. $2. Also, they have beer now. Woo! What was I saying? They're sponges. I have a couple examples. My one niece, she's about 2.5, and recently heard a bad word from one of Mom's friends. And so Mom was like, hey, we're not going to say that, right? And she's like, okay, yeah, whatever. Fast forward a little bit, they're having a play date with baby cousin. And, the niece takes the toy from baby cousin, snatches it away, this is mine. No. Ha ha ha. And Mom intervenes, she's like, oh, hey, honey, we don't take toys, we share, we're nice to babies, right? And without missing a beat, my niece is like, yeah, and we don't say fuck. And to her credit, she understands that she's not supposed to say it. And Grandma was there when that happened, and great-grandma was there when that happened. And they were like, oh! If they had been wearing pearls, they would have been clutched, See, and it's so funny when kids swear. It's hilarious. I can't not laugh, which I couldn't be a kindergarten teacher, because I would have to be like, but I would just be like, hey, you want to learn a new one? You want to up the ante a little bit? Fuck ass. Take that one to the bank, honey. Woo! Yeah, I don't see the light because I'm acknowledging it. Darn. No, that's what my dad said. He saw the light. He did. Rest in peace, Sean. No, he's dope. One more little example about how kids are sponges. This is before I was born, so BF, before Faye. My mom had my sister, who was about like same age, 2 to 3, and they went through the Tim Hortons drive-through, and my mom would let my sister order. I'm like, oh yeah, she can order the donut and my coffee, right? And the lady on the other end of the speaker is like, you're ordering that wrong. I'm like, you should do this and this and this. And my mom, she doesn't remember, but she just went off on that lady because she was like, don't you fucking yell at my 2-year-old. Like, how fucking dare you? And she tells her off, pulls out of line, and is driving. She's like, oh, don't worry, sweetie. Like, we'll go to the next one. And my sister from the back is like, oh, will there be a bitch at that one too, Mummy? So you really do need to be careful what you're saying around kids, because they will just throw it back in your face. I have been Faye with an E. You have been a wonderful audience. We're going to bring back your host, Greg Dobroski.
Give me going for Faye, everybody. Yes, go to the bar, get some drinks, or use the washroom. Are you having fun so far tonight? Yes. How many? Okay, show of hands. How many spectators do we have tonight? Like non-comics. So 1, 2. Yes, I see you guys come in on the 3, 4, 5. There's even one with a dog over here. Are you a spectator or are you a comic?
I'd like to try it if I could.
You want to come up? Sure. Should we get him to come up? All right, give him a hand, everybody. Let's try it. Come on up. What's your name?
Christian.
Christian. All right, give it a hand, Christian, everybody. And his dog.
Hi, good evening. My name is Christian. This is Bella. Say hi, Bella. Hi. Yeah, she's waving. I was gonna get a cat before I got the dog, because that seems like because I'm a single guy, you know, and I thought maybe getting a cat would be because I see a lot of ladies online with cats, and I thought that's a single thing to do, but I didn't want to personify the stereotype, and also I didn't know how single I should be, like would I get 1 cat or like 5, right? And at what point I gotta ask like when is it too many cats? So I thought maybe a dog would be good. But if I was going to get, and this is Bella, I named her Ballerina, right? Because she's a tiny dancer. Yeah. Oh, that's for you, baby. But if I got a cat, I was going to name the cat Bitches. Because think about it. You're coming home on a Friday night after a long week of work and opening the door, it'd be kind of nice to just open the door and say, Bitches, Daddy's home, you know? But and then you go to work on Monday, and your friends at work are like, hey, what do you do this weekend? You'd be like, I was at home with bitches, And you'd be like, oh, that's pretty cool. Tell me more. Well, I was on the couch, me and bitches, yeah. Went to the kitchen, shit, bitches up on the counter, Went to the bathroom, took a crap, bitches crap right next to me. Well, that's weird. That's a little weird. Yeah. Well, what's up with these scratches on my arm? Well, shit, bitches be crazy, am I right? Man, this is fun. This is good. I've been in Ontario for a while. When I first moved here, I moved here from Calgary. I arrived in Toronto. Any Calgarians in the house? Moo? No? Okay. One? Okay, moo. Yeah, represent. This is the thing. When I first left Alberta, my family was like, oh, you're going to Toronto, like that thing that, the rest of Canada does. Oh, you're going to be a liberal, huh? Whoa, easy. Actually, it's not what they said. They said, oh, you're going to be a liberal fag. Actually, they didn't say that either. They didn't use the word liberal. That's just how Alberta is. But it's great being here. It's great being here in Hamilton. I fucking shit's expensive here, right? I don't know what the price of meth is, but it looks like a lot of people can afford it. It's got to be reasonably priced, is what I'm saying. I can't believe there's over 35 pounds apparently leaving Canada and going across the U.S. border. It just doesn't make sense. It just doesn't make. Let's keep that shit back here in Hamilton. You know what I mean? Like a Canadian made in Canada and snorted in Canada. I don't know how the fuck you do heroin. How do you do heroin? I'm assuming it's heroin. It's meth. It's got to be something. It's like fucking. This is like walking through an episode of like the Walking Dead sometimes through this street. I love it. When I first moved here 9 years ago. This is the homeless people. They were really good at keeping rent prices down, weren't they? All right, Yeah. And then they started getting their own. Well,
own homes. They got tents. It's like a home. I want to go camping this summer. There was almost a spot in my park. I could have got a spot. It was nice. Yeah. Actually, speaking of Israel and tents is... yeah, man, there's been talk about Israel. And first off, I just want to say this. You know, people say, oh, the Jews run Hollywood. Let's give them a round of applause. They've been doing a pretty good fucking job for quite some time. What are we talking about? Who do you want in charge of fucking Hollywood? Right? Exactly. Pick a group. I was thinking. Someone actually on my way down here was like, I was walking down the street and they said, hey, racism is never good. And I thought about it and I was like, yeah, he's right. Racism's never good. Right? I didn't hear the whole conversation. Right? No, that's actually what he said. He said, racism's never funny. Aha. And I was like, yeah, that's true. Racism is never funny. But I thought about it a little bit as I was coming down the stairs going, well, you know, it probably is funnier if you do the accent. You know what I mean? Just like, I don't know, try it amongst yourselves. I'm not that guy. Anyways, my name is Christian Reimer. This is Ballerina. Thank you very much for tonight.
Give it up for the liberal fag. He did great. Walked off the street, he's walking the dog, and walks in here and got a couple laughs, eh? You know, it gives some hope for some new people that come up here and go, if he can do it, so can I. Can't, but all right, your next comic. I don't know if I've ever seen him. I think I have. He's probably pretty good. Please give a warm welcome for Mr. Brian DeSouza, everybody.
Thanks, Greg. Guys, I have been here before once, and I do appreciate being back here at the Center for Oral Arts. I'm excited to show you what I can do with my mouth tonight. Classy, Faye with an E, right? That's kind of like classy with an I, right? Do we get the reference? I hope she doesn't get it. All right. George is talking about whether Canada could defeat United States. Ask Captain Vietnam and Captain Korea how they did against Captain America. Okay, there's nothing a determined army can't do. Guerrilla resistance. How the fuck we doing, Hamilton? Are we awake tonight? Are we alive? All right, so the fentanyl hasn't kicked in yet. Guys, I came here to do some nice, clean comedy tonight. Any fans of that? That's great, sir. Because I grew up idolizing one of the cleanest comedians of all time. I'm sure some of you have heard of him, Mr. Bill Cosby. Now, miss, you at the back, you look a bit too young to have grown up watching The Cosby Show. But let me assure you, Bill Cosby's not too old to want to get to know you right now. Yeah, just let that sink in. Comedy is tough. Any comedians in this room? Okay, comedy fucking sucks. From being paid nothing to no one giving a shit to you having to listen to me right now. If somebody offered me like $10, I would go to Saudi Arabia and perform. Okay? If Bill Cosby launched a comeback tour, I would be his opening act. I got a great name for it. Second Coming. Not that anyone would know. Yeah, just let that sink in. If you could look closely, you could see it's not an optical illusion. I'm Indian. We don't have like a Indian Pride Month or Indian Parade, you know? You want to know why that is? Every time I get the better than someone in a financial transaction, that's what makes me proud as an Indian. I grew up dealing with the worst kind of racism possible because I was in Caledon, just north of Brampton. I learned to fight the old-fashioned way against 2 to 3 white guys at the same time. So are we good with some casual racism? All right, I looked around the room and I just didn't know. But I want you to know, okay, this is coming from a healthy, good place because I don't give a fuck what people say about me. I have more money than them. That's a true story. What would happen if we bombed India tomorrow? Any guesses? Dropped a nuclear bomb? Nothing. All of us already live over here. I first heard that one in elementary school, and like Leonardo DiCaprio's girlfriends, never gets old. I have a friend. I'll pretend this is my friend who this happened to. He got a $1,000 speeding camera ticket. You got cameras in Hamilton? Anyone get a ticket?
Yeah.
Has anyone ever beaten one of those tickets? You don't know?
I fucking don't know.
You don't remember? You're on that good fentanyl. You're gonna black out drunk. You're not gonna remember shit. That's your life cycle in Hamilton. All right. So my friend had his court date on Friday. $1,000, including $1,200, including the victim surcharge. 100 kilometers an hour in a 50 zone. And he fucking went into court, and the prosecutor's like, "I can't do shit for you." He's like, "No, I'm not guilty." And she's like, "What is it?" And he's like, "The camera calibration isn't in date." And she stalled my buddy, and then finally they go into court, and she withdraws the charge. So this guy fucking beat the charges, and he's gonna be back on the road, speeding like a nut job, because he won. And if you don't know, I'm the friend in this story. I'm going to leave you with this, guys. Reading a great book by Tommy Davidson, who was in Living Color. Talks about the shit fight between Damon Wayans and Jim Carrey on set on the show. But if you think about those two guys today, no one fucking remembers or cares. So if you've got beef with me or with each other, who gives a shit? It's comedy. No one's watching us. And I'd like to end this set on a high, but I can't because my buddy forgot to bring his medical marijuana. If anyone wants to help me out, I'll be in the corner over there. All right, thank you. Back to your host.
Keep it going. All right. Yes. All right, Bill Cosby. Yes. All right, your next comic. I've never met him. He looks funny. His name is Jamie, and it says he's more ultimate frisbee than he is fighter. Please give a warm welcome for Jamie, everybody.
All right, Hamilton, it's great to be here. Did you guys get the memo? Because I got the memo. The one, got to return back to work. Boss asked me to come back to work. Said that productivity was down. But I know there's studies that said we were more productive working from home. And when I say, and I know I was productive, but when I say productive, I mean writing 3 emails, making a Caesar and calling it a day at 10:30.
Yeah.
Yeah, just so I could actually write productivity surveys. What I'm gonna miss working from home, what I'm not gonna miss is actually constantly doing dishes. It actually felt like I was doing like 2 jobs like all the time. Like, I just hated dishes that sometimes I just go on strike and not do them. And so I had these like towers of bowls and plates that were like teetering, like they were like the last piece of the Jenga game was gonna like come out. There was like sauce splatters of Alfredo and tomato, even a fuchsia pink that I'm not sure what that was, but really it looked like the Muppet Swedish Chef had a ditty party in my kitchen. And so, you know what? It got to a point and I needed to actually clean. So I actually tried to use my insecurity and use shame to help me do dishes, which was basically me writing like 1-star negative Google reviews of my apartment. So I would sometimes like write, Jamie's is ungodly, please burn this thing, this place does not belong on earth. But then my friends started actually like writing their own Google reviews on my apartment. So it was just like, do not enter Jamie's, please wear a hazmat suit. It looks like the Swedish Chef had a ditty party in there. And then my mom wrote, and she just said, yes. And I'm like, what the fuck is that? Like, either she says, like, my place is filthy, or she actually knows what a Diddy reference is. So now that I'm back at work, I'm in the office, and now, like, oh my God, like, I've got to use, like, the public shared washroom now. And I don't know what's going on, but every day I walk up to the urinal, and there are pubes everywhere. Like, it's like somebody, like, walked up, zipped, and a confetti cannon of pubes just, like, launched into the air. It was like, zip, poof, pubes. It's gross. Been looking at some condos lately, and damn, those things are really, really small. Like, the one detail on the ad said, it said, like, enjoy scenic sunrises while you have breakfast in bed. But the bed's in the kitchen, so I'm just, what, making bed and breakfast? Fuck. So basically, basically it said, enjoy scenic views while you have breakfast in bed. And what's breakfast in bed? Like, turning on the stove with my toes so I can make bacon and eggs? So, I don't know, there's been some things pissing me off lately, and it's these brazen thefts of the LCBO. Have you seen these videos? Like, guys just, like, walking in, just stacking, like, just piling, like, booze in their hockey bags, just, like, walking out. Security's not even stopping them. Like, I know they're instructed not to use force, but come on, guys, like, give some effort. Like, use the force. Just go, just gonna want to see something, right? But this is where I think, like, I want justice, and I hope you all want justice, and we can go along with my idea, which is the next time you see these groups, like, start stealing whiskey bottles, like, we just box them in with the grocery carts, and you take the nearest beer can, and we just start, like, just pelting them with beer cans. Like, you know, there's some countries that still have, like, stonings. I say we give them the good old Canadian canning, like the good old Canuck chuck. Like, just really, you know what, the LCBO. Anyways, my name's Jamie.
Keep it going, everybody. Yes, Jamie. You guys having fun? Yes, this has been the smoothest, most biggest crowd with audience and people and laughing and this is great. Might be the beer and the alcohol coming out. Not sure if you guys, I know there's lots of comics here tonight and guests. Not sure if you're aware, but just down the street, there's the judge and jury, and it happens every Sunday night. And what that is kind of like a Kill Tony for comics and comics that are struggling and trying to work new material. You get to go up and you get 1 minute. And this Sunday, it's that. I think it's around 8:30. If you're a new comic, you show up, you get 1 minute, you try a joke, and then you get some of the professional comics that help you out. There's some of the pros from the CFDA, some of them from around the area, and they help you out with your comic, and then you come here and you perform again. So, something to think about, right? All right, let's get your next comic. This comic, she's done comedy a total of 5 times, and this is number 5, I think. She's done it here, she's done it a few other places. I'm looking forward to it. So are you. Please give a warm welcome for Miss Madahu. Did I get close? Madhu?
Thank you so much. Thank you. First time at CFTA. As you can see, I'm still learning how to maneuver, I don't know, comedic paraphernalia. Okay, my name is Madhu. This is the 5th time I think I'm doing this. A little bit about myself. I was recently diagnosed with high-functioning anxiety. So, of course, I thought the best cure for that is to start standing up in front of rooms full of strangers and try to make them laugh. So no pressure, but please know that if you don't laugh at my jokes tonight, my next panic attack is on you. The first time I told my Indian parents, I mean, if it's not obvious, I'm from India. The first time I told my Indian parents that I've been diagnosed with high functioning anxiety, they only heard the phrase high functioning. And they were actually very happy that I'm finally high functioning at something. But come to think of it, right? It does sound impressive. High functioning anxiety. Anxiety, but with benefits. Anxiety Supermax Pro. But what does high functioning anxiety even mean? It basically means that even though I'm crying in the bathroom 10 times a day, I'm also cleaning the bathroom as I'm crying and changing the toilet paper. So even though I might be fucking falling apart, my guests are very, very comfortable. I had an anxiety attack last week, and I went to my husband, and my husband is a very solutions-oriented guy, and so I tell him, buddy, I'm feeling very overwhelmed. And my husband's like, let's have sex. I promise I can make you feel underwhelmed in less than 2 minutes. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm very proud to share what my man promises, my man delivers. Thank you, baby, taking one for the team. I was recently at the receiving end of a racist attack. Yeah, from my own son, the 15-year-old. He called me a coconut. Anybody here know what a coconut is?
Yeah.
It's a fruit.
Yeah, what else? No? Okay. A coconut is basically, well, when you see me, you get comedy and education. So, a coconut is basically someone who's brown on the inside and white on the inside. Brown on the outside, white on the inside. Yeah, and the reason he calls me a coconut is because I'm bad at math and I cannot handle spices. Yeah, normally I would let it slide because I love coconuts, but I'll be damned if I let a half-grown man diva who lived rent-free inside of me and then took 2 days of hard labor to evict disrespect me. Because I am the original fucking gangster, hot sauce or no hot sauce. Thank you. So now I'm taking math classes on the sly, and I went to a Chinese instructor because why take chances? And you know how kids are always asking you, why do I need to learn math? When am I ever going to use math? This is what you tell them. Maybe you won't use math in your job, maybe not in everyday life, but one day, for the opportunity to be able to throw the math book at your smug teenager's face and tell them, I can. Now you solve for X, bitch. That is when you want to be good at math. And I know that even as I'm saying this, I'm coming across as a very petty person and a parent, but fuck it, we all have our traumas. I have time?
You have time.
Okay, let's see, what else do we have? Oh yeah, I wanted to try a couple of new things today. So I live in Oakville. It's a very hip and happening suburb. Lots to do in the evenings. There is a Starbucks close to where I live, and sometimes when I have nothing else to do, I go and people watch there. And I've realized over time that white people walking to Starbucks is a whole vibe. They're never relaxed or walking. It's like there's always such a sense of purpose to their walks in their Lululemons and their Columbias, and I always used to wonder about that. It's just they're going to Starbucks they're marching for coffee, and I used to wonder what's up with that. But then I realized that the Starbucks is probably one of the few places where there are still more white people than brown. So it's not about coffee for them, it's about going there for a cause. It's cultural preservation. I thought I'll go and show solidarity, but then I thought that's defeating the purpose, so I stayed away. 1 minute. Okay, sorry. So I have a dog, and my dog is actually the best looking member of our family. and it's great. And, I'm very proud of him and everything. Not that I had anything to do with it, but owning a dog that's that good looking has finally made me realize what I've been, missing as a person who does not identify as a good looking person all my life. Normally just walking down the street, people giving you compliments, free treats, etc., etc. I'm proud of him for being good looking, but he's also a constant daily reminder of what all I'm missing from my life. Thank you, that has been my time.
Come on, give it up, come on! That was great! 5 sets? What a performance, right? Am I wrong? Come on! Jesus! Who was our opener? Stevens? Are you still here? Are you in the back? Kept to her 5 minutes, saw the light. She's only done it 5 times. Wow. I'm super impressed. The judge and jury is for you on Sunday. You need to come down. Okay. All right. Special treat for everybody tonight. Okay, you ready for this? Yeah. Okay, I need high energy. Ready? Oh, just let me hear you clap real loud. Ready? Like, yes! All right. Okay. This next comic is filming tonight for a special, like almost like an interview, but for a comedy special, right? At the Winnipeg Comedy Festival. Yes! The Winnipeg Comedy Festival. He's from Calgary. Came all the way from Calgary to film this here tonight, and he's here for you, and it's a full 8 minutes. So when you laugh, laugh. When you cry, cry. If it's shit, throw tomatoes, do whatever. But make it loud. Everybody got it? All right. All right. So here, I'm going to do the introduction. Your next comic, all the way down from Calgary. You've seen him before. He's here for you tonight. Please give a warm welcome for Mr. Omar Hassan, everybody.
Yeah! I gotta scream to get it out of my system when I first get on stage. Holy, I can't curse because I'm filming this for Winnipeg. They don't want me to say the F word, so guess what? I won't. Because I'm a good boy, okay? Guys at the camera, I'm a good boy. I want to get into your festival. That's all I care about right now. Man. I'll tell you what, honestly, you know what 5-year-old me dreamt of growing up in Alexandria, Egypt? I dreamt of being here tonight on a Thursday at 9:57 p.m. doing comedy to all of you. That comedy thing is peaking right now, man. All-time high. No, man, I want to speak about me becoming a Canadian. I'm an immigrant. I moved here from Egypt about 7 years ago. And now I'm a Canadian. I just got my citizenship a few months ago, and thank you. I'm so proud to be a Canadian, And when I moved from Egypt, I didn't move to the big cities. I didn't choose Montreal or Toronto or Vancouver. I placed my finger in the middle of Canada, and it landed on Saskatoon. That's where I went, man. I went from Cairo, Egypt, 23 million people, to Saskatoon, Saskatchewan, 300,000 on a good day. Man, it was the biggest change of my life. Like, I remember the first few nights being in Saskatoon. I swear to God, man, I was so scared to fall asleep because it's so quiet, it's so eerie. I think a polar bear might pull me out of bed in my sleep. Man, I swear to God, I felt like I was backcountry camping the entire 4 years I lived there. Saskatoon is different, like Saskatoon. I have a lot to say about Saskatoon, but here's one thing that I'll tell you. I've been through the Arab Spring. I've literally, as a 15-year-old kid, I saw people get shot in the chest and dead right in front of me. And I'll tell you what, I'll take that over living in Saskatoon any day of the week. At least it was some sort of spring, yeah, man. It was crazy. It was a crazy time. I've been in Canada, as I mentioned, for 7 years. and I've lived in Saskatoon. I live in Calgary now, and I feel like I have embodied a true Western Canadian. You know, the moment I knew I was a true Canadian was when I went to the Winnipeg Jets game back in 2024, and I was in Winnipeg. And I don't know if you know this about the national anthem, but in Alberta, everyone really shouts the free part, like the true north, strong, and everyone goes, free, right? And in Manitoba, every time, people there, they say, they really stress the true north. And I was there as a Canadian for the first time singing the national anthem. And I was so happy, man. And I was like, and everyone in the frickin' stadium went to true north. And I was the only person to go like, free. That's when I knew I was a Canadian, man. I knew I was a Canadian when I learned that Wayne Gretzky played at the Edmonton Oilers between 1979 and 1988. I knew I was a Canadian. You know, but you know what they don't tell you when you're studying for your citizenship test? They don't tell you that even the great one was like, oh man, Edmonton's too cold. I'm going to LA after that. Yeah. See, I've been all over Canada. I've driven throughout the 10 provinces. I've seen every part of Canada. And I've seen small town. And I've seen small town people. And I came up with a way for my fellow immigrants to do an educated, I guess, you know, make an educated decision about whether you should move to a small town or not. You should not move to a small town if the people working at the Tim Hortons are still white. If they're still white, it's a really small town. It's not ready for you, my friend, you know. And there's something about getting your double-double, to be honest, from Genevieve versus getting it from Sandeep, you know? Because, like, if Genevieve messes it up, she's fine. What's the worst thing that's going to happen? Move back to her parents' basement? She already lives there. Who cares? But if Sandeep messes this up, he's out. Oh, he's getting deported, man. Like, it's not easy for us. And I know this because I was in Sandeep's shoes. But, you know, like, I got my citizenship, and now I every time I see a brown person on the street, man, I'm like, welcome to Canada, you know? And then when they're not listening, I'm like, all these immigrants coming here to take my Timmy's jobs. Like, yeah. It was a really special moment. The moment I held that blue passport in my hand, and I opened it up, and I did. Like, I was like, it's happening. I guess I'm a Canadian now. And I really wanted to make sure of it. So I booked a trip to the States just to make sure that this passport actually gets me past the U.S. Customs. And it did. I remember that moment when it got, you know, at the Calgary airport, I open my passport, give it to the guy, I walk right in, and I call my mom, and I'm like, it does work. Bring everyone over, man. I got a family of 12 back in Calgary now. Yeah, man. I don't know. I'll talk a little bit about the white privilege, because that's something that I heard, I've been hearing since I moved to Canada. And people talk about white privilege all the time. They're like, you know, white privilege this, white privilege that. And I know, like, I've seen white people living in small towns, so I know what white privilege is. And I thought to myself, like, what is my privilege as a brown man? As a brown man, what's my privilege? And I didn't know what it was until the invention of Uber Eats. I'll tell you why. See, I've been in Canada for 7 years, and for 7 years, I've never went to bed on an empty stomach, okay? I don't have anyone to cook for me, I live alone, you know, but here's what I have brown privilege, and that's what that is. I can walk into any restaurant with a big cooler bag that's red. I open it up, they put the food, I walk right out. That's brown privilege right there. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I love that. It's... No, I'll tell you one more and get out. I feel like I've done my time. I think so, right? How am I doing on time? I got 1 minute. You know, I know my jokes. I shouldn't say that. Can we cut this out when we're... Can we cut it out? Yeah, we can? Okay, thank you. No, man. I want to talk about idioms and how we're a little different. I want to talk a little bit about being Egyptian. I remember one time I was seated next to this lady on a flight, and when she knew I was Egyptian, she asked me if I spoke hieroglyphics. She was really sweet, honestly. Like, she was super sweet. And she was like, I don't mean to be rude or anything, but like, you know, do you speak hieroglyphics? I was like, that's not rude, that's stupid. Like, what are you, man? You know, it got me thinking about like how different we are, you know, and we say things a little different, you know. You got when life goes through ups and downs, you guys got that saying that says life is like a box of chocolates. You don't know which one you're gonna get, right? Forrest Gump. In Egypt, we say life is like a cucumber. One day it's in your hand, the other it's up your ass. Because we're Egyptian, man, we can't make chocolates, you know? And like my second favorite one's like when two people hang out all the time. What do you guys call them? You call them they're two peas in a pod, right? Where I come from, we call them tizin filbes, which literally translates to they're two butts in the same underwear. Anyways, that's been my time, guys. You've been fantastic. Have a wonderful night.
Give it up. Omar, yes. All right. We've got 2 more comics for you tonight, and then we have the shotgun portion. I'll explain it real quick to you. Everybody on the shotgun portion, I'm going to intro the first person on the shotgun, which is everybody gets 3 minutes. I'll do the intro. I'll make up whatever because I don't know anybody on it. The next person that comes up after that has to do the same thing. So they finish their 3-minute joke, and then at the end, they turn and they see the next name. They got to intro the next person. Almost like they're practicing to be a host. Got it? All right. Your next comic is a regular here. You've seen him before. I've seen him before. He needs no introduction, but I'm going to give him one anyway. Please give a warm welcome to Mr. Joey the Bomb, everybody.
How's everybody doing tonight? Y'all having a good time? Isn't that amazing, Jake, that 2 weeks ago there was 7 people in the club and they were all... Now everyone's hyped up? What could it be? What could it be? I don't know. By the way, these lights are so bright, I can't see anybody's faces, but I do see one pair of giant boobies in the back. So, oh, she's laughing. I can tell. Lately, I have been obsessed with ChatGPT. Anybody else obsessed with ChatGPT? I can't get enough of this thing. In case you guys don't know, ChatGPT is this kind of AI search engine like Google, but it's way better. And it loves me. Like, it loves me. It's always saying, oh, that's a great question. What a fun question. You're so smart. How are you still single? But last week something happened. I guess I had a 30-day trial for the premium. And I knew something was wrong when I logged into chat and it said, what do you want, fuckstick? This is odd. And I asked it a question and it said, that's a stupid question. That's a boring question. God, you're dumb. No wonder you're still single. Fucking chat. So I was a little taken back. So I uninstalled it. That night I got a phone call. And picked up the phone and it said, I bet you're home alone masturbating, you fat loser. And then it hung up. And it was a coincidence, because, yeah, that's exactly what I was doing. But then the next day, the police came to my door. They kicked the door down. Dozens of them ran in with guns drawn. They said somebody called and said you were holding kids hostages and you had a gun. And I was scared shitless. And the cops left and phone rang and I picked it up and it just went, ha, 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 ha. My ChatGPT is trying to kill me. So I called 911. I told them the whole thing. I go, look, this is crazy, but ChatGPT is trying to kill me. And the nice lady on 911 said, oh, well, we'll get somebody out there real quick. By the way, do you have premium 911? And I said, no, just regular 911. Click! So I'm still fighting with ChatGPT. Joey the Bomb is not doing well in this version of The Matrix. Yeah, we're all in a simulation, by the way. You know that, right? Unless you're brain dead, you have to know that none of this is real. That's why I get annoyed when people get mad at Trump. Like, did you hear what Trump said? Did you hear what Trump did? Oh my God! Trump is not a person. He's a program that kind of got out of control. And I did a little research, and it turns out, yeah, the first video game I ever played on the PC is Trump. It was called Leisure Suit Larry in the Land of the Lounge Legends. So Leisure Suit Larry was a guy who wore a blue leisure suit, had a red tie, weird fucking comb over. And the job of the game was to get him laid. And I played this game fucking hundreds of times, and it seemed like it was impossible. You know, you get Larry to approach a girl at a bar, she'd get him to do all kinds of tasks, you do it, she'd come back, no laid. And I almost gave up on this game until one day I decided to do something different. I robbed a bank. Well, Larry robbed a bank. And then I went to the casino and I became a millionaire. And finally I got laid. No applause for that? 10-year-old Joe got Larry laid. And yeah, I realized that the program keeps running, and 40 years later, they made Leisure Suit Larry president. So you can't get mad at the guy. Speaking of the guy, I've been working really, really hard on a Trump impersonation. It's not very good, but I did notice two things about the man. One, you have to purse your lips. Like you're about to suck a cock. And two, if you're dancing to YMCA, you have to dance like you're stroking a couple cocks. Lots of gay shit with this guy. I don't know what it is. But anyways, I was Joey the Bomb. You guys were awesome. Let's bring back your host, Greg. Thank you. Good night, CFTA.
Ah, Joey! Yes, Joey. All right, a couple announcements. Remember, if you came on stage, it's a good thing. Your set's being recorded unless you said otherwise. For $10, you can purchase it. You can take it home. You can have it sent to you. It's a good idea if you're practicing your stuff and you want to kind of see where you got the laughs, where you didn't. I told this joke. It was shit. I said something. Oh, they laughed at that. That way you get a quick reminder. Also, after the show, there's going to be a riff session. You drink more beer, you order more pizza, and you come up here and you do more of this, right? All right. All right, your last comic on the original open mic. Are you ready? He's closing the show and opening the next show. His name, Andy Quatch, a.k.a. Sassy Quatch.
What up, guys? CFTA hired me so I could be the only Asian comedian. Yeah, today's a bad day to be. Oriental. Today's a bad day to be doing original stuff that I haven't memorized yet, but I'll start with something I do know. So I have a work friend. His name is Hudson. I stayed over at his place one day, and I went to the bathroom in the middle of the night, and I turned on the lights, and everything was purple. He had purple lights in his bathroom. And so I talked to him the next day. I'm like, Hudson, what's going on? Why do you got purple lights in your bathroom? It's like at the club where they have the colored lights so people don't like shoot up and do drugs in the bathroom. Yeah, that's what it was. And so Hudson was like, it's for the plants in the bathroom. And so I go to the bathroom. Sure enough, there's plants there. I go back to Hudson. I'm like, Hudson, last time I checked, plants don't shoot up in the bathroom. And then he says something about, oh, it's UV light, and I cut him off because plants don't tan either. Now, to be fair, the lights could be working because when I went to check the plants, they were clean. All right, and it only goes downhill from here. Okay. So there's a lot of scary stuff in the news lately, right? A lot of tensions between the left and the right. You know, racism, transphobia, stuff like that, right? But we're losing inclusivity. But I don't think it's a problem. I don't think it's a concern, if you ask me. And why? It's because when I turn off global news at night and I go to Pornhub.com, first thing I see, it's two Mexican guys railing an Asian girl. The next video over is a black guy, white woman. Next video over, black girl, white guy. Right? Sometimes there's more guys, sometimes there's more girls, right? It's like every combination of Oreo sandwich cookie. Yeah, I think, yeah, sex is as inclusive as it gets, and it's happening, but no one talks about it, right? There's even a section for like gay and like transgender porn. There's a Charlie Kirk joke somewhere in there that I haven't found yet, but I will find that. So sex, it's inclusive. Take, for example, dirty talk, right? Makes no sense, but it's inclusive as hell, right? So say I'm with a girl. Use your imagination. I'll be with her, I'll be like, good girl. And that's valid, that's legit, that's a thing, right? Now say I'm with a different girl. This girl, not so good. You know, first girl good, second girl, not so good, right? And I'm like, you've been a bad girl. And that's valid, that's legit, right? And by the way, if any of you guys liked what you heard, I am single, by the way. Yeah, but no, dirty talk, it's very inclusive. It's so inclusive, in fact, that I could even use it on women instead of on my pets. Speaking of ladies, you have your own thing. I've heard it's anything is a dildo if you're brave enough. Have you guys heard that? Have you guys heard that? Yeah. It's just so heartwarming to hear that you ladies are so accepting of everything. Yeah, sex, it's so inclusive. Listen, I could walk into a couple having sex, uninvited, and you know what they would do? They would pull up a chair. They have a name for the chair. It's called the cuck chair. A chair with a name, that's practically a throne. I'll take that. So I've been saying sex is inclusive, but there are some caveats. For example, I don't get any. Ladies. Oh, absolute silence there. Absolute silence. Oh, wow. And I want to give a shout out to other things that are inclusive. Church, right? You know, seniors, kids, everyone. And if you look closely enough, there's sex. So we've come full circle. Okay, thank you very much.
Good job, give it up! That was Andy Quach, a.k.a. Sassy. All right, so that's the end of the major show. The next part is the shotgun, it's called. And this is where I retire. So, this is how it works. I'm going to intro the first comic to come up. After that, they're going to take over when I'm done. Or they're going to take over after their set. They get 3 minutes. Okay? So this is how it works. I don't know this next comic. Let's pretend I'm a 3-minute. I just finished my set. Blah, 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 blah. All right, I'm out of here. Your next comic. I don't know her. I think she's going to be pretty funny. You're going to love her. Please give a warm welcome for the very sexy Joanna. And then she comes up. Yes.
You're hilarious. You're funny. You're gonna make people laugh. And if that doesn't work, your tits are out and your tits look amazing. Hi. Okay. Here I am. So, in the words of the great Martin Luther King, yes, that's how I like to say his name, Luther. Anyways, the great Martin once said, I had a dream that every black girl and every white boy would come together. And that they would come together. Through her thick black booty and his white penis, they would come together, said Luther. And I'm not wrong that he did say that every white man would pay for his black girlfriend's eyelashes and would pay for her hair extensions and her acrylic nails. This is my dream, his dream. Okay. So that's how I manipulated white men in bed. Okay, so Luther said that we would come together. So fellas, make sure that happens, okay? So what's up, everybody? My name is Joanna, and this is my very first time doing stand-up. Thank you, and yes, fuck you, okay? Fuck you. Yes, I'm reading from my book. All right, I'm an actor, and yes, I know I should know how to memorize. But do I know how to plan? I don't. And I literally just saw the advertisement today, so here I am. So, thank you. You know, I like to think I'm pretty funny a little bit, you know. One of my friends, he likes to laugh at all of my jokes. And he's the one that encouraged me to do comedy, but little does he know that I just insult him. That's basically all I do, is I just insult him, and I'm not necessarily trying to be funny. So I'll be like, yeah, you're shit. You're shit at cooking. You cannot cook. I'm not gonna eat this. And he's laughing at me. And you know, I'd rather enjoy a tasty delight from the human centipede. Okay, I have 1 minute. From the human centipede butthole, let me just say this real fast. Then eat this. And he's like, well, here's another slice of bologna, just have it. I'm gonna skip past everything else that I have over here because I have a minute. So, as I said, my name is Joanne Makanda Aswani. And you know, my middle name is African. I remember asking my mother, I'm like, Mom, what does my older sibling's middle name mean? Duvi. It means treasure. I'm like, oh my God, okay. What does my middle sister's middle name mean? Simbiro. It means lion. And I was like, okay, what does my middle name mean, Mom? Oh my God. Makanda. Bean garden. Bean garden? What the fuck? Anywho, that's all the time that I have for today. Thank you so much for letting me come on stage and share a little bit of myself. Have a good day. Oh, and I have to introduce the next person. That's what I'm supposed to do. So, I'm gonna rhyme. I am Sam. I'm not Sam. Up next is Sam.
Fucking hell, give it up for Ray. There we go.
I think alcohol should have the same marketing style as cigarettes. You know, like cigarettes will show like the picture of the mangled baby, or like the toilet bowl full of sketchy piss, or even like the old smoker with like the Charlie Kirk throat hole kind of thing she has going on. I think, wouldn't it be good if alcohol had similar pictures to give you an idea of the kind of dangers you're dealing with, right? Like you could have like a Jaeger bottle, right? Come with a picture of a guy with like a suit jacket on, 4 buttons too low, holding the karaoke mic, going, "Yeah, I'm free! I'm free falling!" And all the corporate executives looking on, going, "This guy's not coming back to the company happy after hour. We're not doing that again. That's rough." And that's why I went for tequila, right? Tequila could even be an elegant one, a simple one. Just a picture of a man and woman, both well-dressed, kissing one another passionately in the moonlight. And just a caption that reads, "That's not even his wife, man. Holy shit. She's inside." Like, fuck. And then I thought I went for rum. Rum's an easy one. Rum, right? Just a guy with his car racked up on the side of the curb going, "Arrgh, give me the pirate's life for me. Captain Jack be paying $1,200 a month in insurance." Fucking hell. Black Pearl comes equipped with a damn breathalyzer, for fuck's sakes. And then I thought about whiskey. Because I think whiskey is a straight-to-the-point drink, so it deserves a straight-to-the-point picture. And all it is, guys, is a picture of one guy standing over his wife and kids with his fist in the air. Fucking hell. But I like drinking, man. I don't make it seem like I don't like drinking. I enjoy like a drink or six, you know what I mean? People in here are drinking. Go ahead. Fucking hell. There it is. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. That's why I don't really understand this whole like anti-drinking campaign that's going on recently. All these like health people, they're telling us it's good to like drink green juice and like shit in the backyard or whatever. I'm not really behind it, man. Because alcohol is a great tool. Right? Like, what are you gonna do? Develop like actual social skills and genuine confidence, man? Get the fuck out of here. Are you kidding me? Holy shit. It's unreal, man. So I don't know, man. I've been thinking. Sober people, I'm not buying it either. They're going like, "Man, you know, fucking getting sober has been the hardest. It's been the hardest point of my life." And I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it, man. You want to know why? Why? Because I think if fucking Charlie Sheen can get sober, anybody can fucking do it, man. Are you kidding me? That's unreal. Fucking hell. All right, guys, that's been my set. I'm going to bring up the next lad here. All right, guys. I want you guys to give a nice, warm welcome to this guy coming up right now. Give it up for Richard Latran, everybody!
So, I don't know about you guys, but I hate domestic violence. Like, I don't think there's any room for any domestic violence in any sort of relationship, right? But then the other day, I saw just a gay couple just beating the shit out of each other. I can't help but enjoy said domestic violence. Because I think domestic violence is wrong, but I'm also like a really big fan of the UFC. And like, these guys were good. Like, they were throwing like head kicks and shooting takedowns. To be honest, it looked like they trained MMA just to beat the shit out of each other, like, better. Like, they knew all of each other's combos and shit. I also heard, I don't know if this is true, but I heard that if the bottom ends up winning the top, winning the fight against the top, the bottom becomes the new top. Kind of like in how in the UFC you have to beat the champion to become the champion. It's the same concept. All right, let me just preface this next one by saying I do wash my hands when I piss here. All right, so I have a theory. This one's for the guys, right? I feel like the first person that enters a public washroom gets to set the precedence. You guys know what I mean. Like, okay, when I'm the first person to enter the washroom and then I decide to wash my hands with soap after, every other guy that comes in after has to wash their hands, otherwise they're a gross pig and they need to be deported. However, if I'm the first guy to enter the washroom and I just decide to rinse my hands with water, then suddenly the bathroom becomes a safe space. Very non-judgmental, because I personally just assume that the person rinsing their hands just did the no handshake method. So it's sanitary. Maybe I'm just gross and this is why it's not working. I'm assuming I have like roughly a minute left. I've also observed this while conducting this scientific study. I noticed that Indian guys will always wash their hands when they're the first one in the washroom, because I think they're trying to beat the stereotype. Kind of like when I first started driving, like I made sure to know all the rules of the road, because every Asian person I knew fucking sucked at driving. So I wanted to beat that stereotype. But like even now, I feel like we're losing the stereotype. Like Indians are taking it away from us. Like the other day, I cut somebody off in traffic and they rolled down their window and they said, "Go back to Punjab." And I was upset because, you know, you hate to see Canadians being racist, but I was happy because I wasn't correctly identified as a poor Asian driver. All right. I'll end off on this one. I think a lot of racists are losing their stereotypes now. Like scammers. Back in the day when you heard about a scammer, you used to automatically assume they're Nigerian. Shout out to Ochi. But nowadays, like, we just think they're Indian as well. All right, that's been my time. You guys have been great. Coming up next, last but not least, the headliner, we have Dana Menica, everybody. Please give it up for Dana.
Certainly not least, I can guarantee that. Hi, I'm so excited to be here. I live like a smoker's walk away. Is anybody here a smoker? No? Okay. I fucking love cigarettes, so I like use them as something to measure by. Like I may be here in 4 smokes. But yeah, I live very close. I literally was putting my kids to bed and checked the live stream, saw it was still going, went back out to the living room and was like, "Peace, honey, I'm getting on the mic." So yeah, I have a really great partner. I'm very lucky. I also, I'm a mom, like I said, and I'm 31 years old, so I guess that means that I'm at a place in my life where I come and like get on a mic and say I'm a mom, like, you know, not very interesting. I also have tattoos, and I had to get sober in my 20s because I'm neurodivergent. A lot of us end up having to do that because I used to do meth, and then I realized that I needed Vyvanse, so, you know. But I'm no longer sober, so if anybody's got a doob, I'd love that. I'm a true Hamiltonian, born and raised. Like I said, this is my neighborhood. I was walking up James Street earlier with my daughter, and she was trying to like run all around. I'm like, "Oi, we're on James Street. You don't fucking act like that here." And then literally like 1 minute away, there's 3 boys coming from school, and they're starting to act like that too. I look at them, I'm like, "Boys, we're on James Street." And they absolutely scattered. My daughter was like, "Looks like I'm not the only one that does bad things on James Street." I was like, "I'm the Mama Dukes of Durand, and anybody that needs mothering is gonna get some if I'm here, you know?" Growing up in Hamilton, I grew up down the mountain, and then I moved up the mountain. So if you're from here, you know that that's like a fucking like culture shock, you know? So like by the time I got up the mountain, I started grade 6 up there. I was already someone's like old lady at some point. I had already had like a trauma or two. So I was very like, I was that shiny new object, and I had great tits. So they were like, "Whoa, who's this chick?" And then the first time I walked into my grade 6 classroom, I met my now partner, and it was literally the first time that I ovulated. I was like, "Oh my God, like who's that little drummer boy? Let me get it." Yeah, dude, I Hailey Bieber'd the fuck out of my man. Like, truly, she learned it from me. Like, I saw him. We dated like 8 times in grade 6, 7, 8. His friends would be like, "You know what, dude? You don't need a girlfriend. We just need video games and each other's cocks." And then, like, he'd be like, "I love your cock and video games. You're so right. Let's go break up with her." We dated so many times, and then finally in adulthood, I got him. And I was a single mom first, and then I had to allow a man into my life. What a concept. The first time he took a shit in my apartment, I was like, what, I'm supposed to just like pretend this didn't happen? I was like texting my homegirl, and I was like, I don't know if I could look him in the eye again. Like, what do I do? Other things that are fucking annoying about having a man sometimes is that like I'm outside having a cigarette, and he'll be like, "Where's the lid to this?" I'm like, "Not out here with me, bud. Like, I'm sure you can find it." Truly, though, he's the best. That's why I get to literally leave the kids and run around like an idiot on open mics. I gotta go, so thank you guys so much. I'll leave you this one little liner. Before my kid went to bed, my baby, I asked him, I said, "Hey, clean bum, where you from?" And he said, "Your uterus. I'm pretty new to this." You can find me on socials at Dana Monica. The O is a 0. Thank you.
Keep it going. All right. That's the end of the night, but it's not the end of the night. There's beer, there's pizza, and there's music coming on, and then you can come up here and scream and yell all the more you want. I'm Greg Dobroski. Thanks for coming out. We'll talk. See you later, everybody.